Welcome to this video, 15 minutes. And we play against SaferKing. Let's see if his king is safe. If he plays the Sicilian, might be in danger later on. How should we play? Let's try the Morra Gambit. Just to have some fun. Because I want to see his king in danger. Okay, he accepts. Let's see how this will develop. I will just develop my pieces and hope for the best. Let's castle kingside very quickly. Take control over d5, that he can't push d5. I think there are some options like knight e7, knight g6 also for black. Maybe I could have played bishop f4 to avoid queen c7. I do it now. Just to avoid any kind of nonsense here on the diagonal. And then castling, I guess. Isn't there an option also to play knight d5 sometimes? You know, if he plays b4, knight d5. Looks a bit strange, but I wonder if he takes, I take, threaten his knight, threaten d6. I wish I castled already. And what I just noticed, I don't play a blitz game, I play a 15-minute game, so maybe I should take some time. This is the problem if you switch from blitz to rapid. Okay, now the idea is to play knight d5. And if he takes, I take back and I have rook e1 check. Especially if he plays knight f6, I also can do this, right? I threaten knight c7 also. Maybe I can play bishop d6 also. Wow, he seems not to be impressed. Let's do this. Just because it looks good. I mean, I should have calculated maybe a bit, but it looks pretty juicy, you know. The king side is not developed, the king is in the center. I have open lines everywhere. My bishops are good. Maybe I should play rook c1 also. Now I'm threatening knight c7. Maybe he can just play rook c8 and say, what is your knight doing on d5? Maybe he's right. After knight f6 later, what should I play? Maybe I can play bishop g5. Okay, if I play rook c1, he needs to decide if he wants to retreat the bishop on this diagonal or on this diagonal. So if he moves to a7, the king is even more lonely on the king side. What can I do to improve my position? Maybe rook e1, rook c1, queen d2, queen e2. Something like this. Okay, now he needs to decide what to do with his bishop. If he goes to a7, maybe I have bishop g5. Okay. Interesting. I didn't consider this one. But this also blocks, you know, the way back to e7. now the square f7 is also weak. The bishop is idle on f7. What about knight e3 and knight f5? Is this an idea? Of course it's an idea, but is it good? I wonder. I have maybe queen h5 somehow. But what I like to see is castling first. What about knight h4? If h6, queen h5. Then he can play g6. And there's no square for the queen. So knight h4, h6. What else can I do with the knight? I would love to have my queen here on h5. I can put something like h3, knight h2, knight g4, and so on. It's all very slow. On the other hand, what is black doing? Or do I have like a check on f7 somehow? Let's say knight h4, h6, queen h5, g6. And then I play queen f3. If he takes on g5, then do I have something on f7? Discovery with the knight. I don't see it. If I retreat the knight, also d4 is weak. Should I sacrifice on c5 maybe also? Or should I maneuver the knight to g3? This is maybe a bit quicker, right? Knight d2, knight f1, knight g3, or knight f1, knight e3, also building this one. I mean, he will play knight d4, and I can't do anything about it. I want to keep the bishop here on this diagonal, so maybe a3 first. And I wait until he castles, and then this knight h4 stuff and everything is very, very strong. Because then h6 I can maybe even take here on h6 and sacrifice a bishop. Does he want to play g5? Really? Huh. But now after castling I can't sacrifice here anymore, so maybe this was really a good move. Should I play h3 and knight g4 and then sacrifice a knight on h6? Is this an option? I don't like the weakness of the d4 square, so I can put a piece here. If I take now, it takes back. Do I have knight e5? Because he cannot take, because this knight is hanging. But is this good for me, I wonder? This bishop is so strong. And the rook was not doing that much. So now my idea is to take on e5 and then play queen h5 maybe. So he plays g5. I have an intermediate move with knight c6. c4. Knight f6 is also maybe an option. Knight f7. Queen h5. Knight g4. Oh, there are so many options now. Let's see. I can play knight to g4. With the idea to put a knight on f6 or h6. Okay, let's say knight g4. If he takes on h4, I will check him on f6 and play queen h5, and this should be winning. Is it? Maybe I play knight f6 first. Knight f6 is a check. So if he moves to h8, I have queen h5 threatening mate on h6. So maybe he needs to go to g7 after knight f6. If he goes to g7, I have queen h5. No, this doesn't work. So after this move, king g7, knight h5 check. He goes somewhere. Play knight g4. Wow, this is so tricky here. What about knight f6 check and the other knight to d7? There must be something here. Okay, knight g4 takes here. I can't allow that. So let's do this. And then I play the other knight to d7. Trying to, block everything here. I'm losing maybe another piece. Okay. So at the moment I'm a exchange down. If he takes the bishop later on, I'm a whole rook down. Knight h5. I can play knight h5 maybe later on. Queen h5 now. What's going on? Here's knight g6 also. Let's do this. I want to keep the knights. Maybe I can bring the bishop here on this diagonal also. So e5 is an option. Bishop c2, queen d3, and then mating him here on h7 somehow. What about this check here? He needs to go to h8. And then queen h5. And he can go to g3, g7. I give this check. He goes back, I take here and threaten this again. He goes there again. And then I can maybe... What can I do? This check, can I bring over the rook somehow? Of course I didn't see this move. F4, threatening F5. Why didn't I play in this position? No, it's all good, okay. King h8. Can't take on g6. So my whole rook down. But his rook on c8 and the bishop on b7 and the knight on c6 are not playing in the game at the moment. Can he play f5? No, I take on g6 and on h6, this is mate. But I think I will play knight f6 next move. This one. Rook d1 is maybe also an option. I can't play f5 because this knight is hanging, so maybe... Or I play e5 and bishop c2. Or I play knight f6 again. Okay, I wanted to move this bishop to this diagonal anyway. The queen would be good on h5 again, so knight f6, but then he can retreat with the king here to g7, right? But then I play f5. He can't do that. What about e5 anyways? e5. His rook is hanging. I don't want to take the rook. The knight is very strong on d7, I think. But what happens after knight f6, queen h5, and the king goes back to g7? Maybe I have something like f5, then moving this knight to e8 with check, f6. What is better, e5 or f5 to push? For sure I need to take care about any f5 moves here. Not at the moment, but later on. So my rook is not doing that much on e1. Maybe I should put the rook on d1. On the other hand, once the queen retreats and the rook is on d8, black might just exchange the rook, and I don't want this to happen. All right. So here I thought I'd play this move again. With the idea of queen h5. And then mate on h6. Or otherwise something like f5. Then grabbing this pawn. e5 is opening up the diagonal for the bishop also. Yeah, I think e5 is the right move. Could I have played queen h5? I'm not sure. So now the rook is doing a good job here on e1, because the queen is also on e7. So once he takes on e5, there's maybe something going on the e file. What happens now after queen h5? He just blocked with the rook the square he needed for his king. Or did I overlook something? Now I just threatened queen h6 mate. Okay. Would be nice to have a bishop on c3, but this is not the case. So what's now happening? Maybe I play f5. And when he moves the knight, I take here. Or I take first and then play f5. Is f5 good? f5, knight e5. He has knight f3 later on with check, and oh, I overlooked this. Okay, so I need to take here maybe. But at least SaferKing has not a safe king, I would say. He needs to take on h7, otherwise I take on h6. Wonder why he's thinking so long. Okay, so the problem is with f5, he can just take here, and he has knight f3 later on, which I don't like. What happens if I play king f1 because of this? I'm still a piece down. Knight g4 overprotects e5, and then I play f5. Is this working? So rook h8, protect h6. Alright. Then I play f5. He might have queen g5, I take, and in the end we have an endgame where I'm just a pawn down. So what about rook d1? Too slow. So maybe now I play f5, I threaten f6. Okay, but the problem is simply he plays queen g5. f5, queen g5. Is this a problem? If I play check, I don't want to exchange queens. What about knight e3? Threatening knight f5. Does he have knight f4? That would be terrible. Maybe he has. Huh. What a mess. But I like this game very much. My opponent greeted me, so I greet him back. The bishop is maybe coming to c8. If I play something on g4 or f5. So now we are similar time. Yeah. Indeed. My nice position is just disappearing. Okay, let's try to get some central squares, and then maybe bishop e4 also. Well, I totally misplayed this. Now his pieces come out. Maybe he plays bishop e6 also. A piece is missing. All right. Let's go here. I wanted to go to e4 anyway, to protect the knight on d5. And now I play f5, f6. Hopefully. Let's this is my only chance to, you know, to have a little bit of play. He can maybe just play rook e8 now. But still, I have f5 and f6 maybe. But actually I'm threatening nothing. But I don't resign. No. I like bishop c8. No or never. What happens after bishop d5? Do I take here? And you can... I didn't expect this one. I think this is losing. Now I can grab the knight with my queen. And I'm threatening checkmates everywhere. So this was a horrible blunder. Do I have some? No, I think this is just good. The rook is not playing. Now I'm threatening mate on e8. The knight needs to retreat to e6, I guess. Maybe queen d6 check. Rook e4 is also an option. Yeah, now I'm just a pawn down, and his king is not safe. Well, I thought he might give knight e6 a try. Maybe I'm overlooking something. He needs to go, he says. Okay, but it was a really interesting game. He just accidentally clicked that, he said. But I think he's also losing. But yeah, thanks for watching.